Welcome back. It's Hydro Chomp, and it's another episode of Let's Play Rimworld. After last episode, I don't know if we can top all that. A whole lot happened. So let's just try to settle things down this time. Hopefully, maybe we can finally get that extra rotation of crops going. You know, as always, my man's out here. They're not doing well. Life's rough out here on the rim. They have lots of reasons to be upset. They just butchered human bodies. That never goes down well. However, I was thinking, we add in some end tables on their bedrooms and stuff like that. Hopefully, get their daily sleep a lot better. Their stats a lot better is what I'm saying. If they have an end table, we need to get a light for Smelly because they don't like living in darkness as well. Obviously, no one would just like to walk around in darkness. So I'm thinking about this area. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah. I don't have time for quests right now. Okay. So what I was thinking is, right there, that little island right there is going to be a dining room. And this is just heading down, take care of his bud over there. So yeah, this is going to be our dining room because they're still not eating with the table, and it's just every small little thing that I can knock out that will help their daily mood, because there's one thing that I would really like to avoid if possible, and that is all their outbursts, which really are a detriment, obviously, to the colony. So luckily, it seems that Randy is giving us an opportunity to regroup, rebuild our base, and I'm really thankful for it. As you can see, Casper, our lead constructor, is heading around, taking the lead and rebuilding our base, getting things all set up. Okay. What's that? Okay, so that's a boomalope. Okay, so one thing I didn't ever cover. Well, so he got back two traps. Okay, so when a boomalope dies, it explodes in fire, which is another lovely feature of the rim. Everybody's heading over. Yeah, we took care of that fire. What's that? Could be fine. So, like I was saying, before we were so really interrupted by that boomalope exploding, which I have to remember to head back up there and remake that little trap, is we're having like a little moment of peace. Our extra crops are growing in, and Casper. So what really sucks is our crops are not ready, but halfway we really can't afford another loss. Yeah, I don't really know what we can do. Hack up the we make more food. Let's go hunt because I arrested Austin also stop him from the food binge. And even though I would rather have lost old Casper, who is like a pacifist, he won't do a lot of things. I would have rather lost him over Austin, but Austin's already dead. And even though we have a potential prisoner who could be a colonist, he can always try to escape as well. And so if Randy has ever shown me anything, is that if there's an opportunity to really screw your colony over, he will take it. And so if I were to arrest Casper and then both of them try to escape, it would be like a disaster scenario. I could be left with two colonists, one an 8-year-old boy and the other one a drug addict who has no drugs. So neither of them is a good what's going on? Oh, minor break. No, he'll be fine. Yeah. And what is this? So slavers are coming. However, I want him as a colonist. I'm not going to sell him. Yeah, here they come. Yeah, that's us hunting, not the slavers, which would really be a fun episode, I guess. But yeah. So Randy is really allowing us to come back. Now we have some loads of rice, some harvests. I get loads. I don't know what I'm even saying. But here we go. Oh, what is this? Let's go, boys. Yeah, y'all hear that? That's what's coming for him. You know what I'm saying? When you head up to Onara, where we don't take no weakness around here, okay, Randy? Listen up. If you come around, you best be about that business. You know what I'm saying? We got Jess, we got Casper, we got Smelly. Mainly Smelly, man. He's pretty crazy. He's on drugs, but he ain't on drugs, so he's detoxing. He ain't happy. It ain't gonna. And well, okay, that's over now. That was it. He had a good run. He had his own dreams, I'm sure, but I mean, it's over now, okay? Because you can't be running into traps like that. Well, so what I'm about to do over here is take all these rocks, and so a good strategy is if you make like a kill tunnel like this, if you put your dump stockpile down the whole tunnel, then there's rocks and boulders. It actually slows down their movement. It gives you a little more time, and it actually might even increase the likelihood of them triggering all the traps and how much damage that they get. Well, so what's important to notice right here is it's not a prison break. He's gone berserk, and he has advanced starvation. We haven't had really good warden management. We still have to guard it. We have to guard him. We have to go outside, station some guys outside of his room, just in case he smashed out of his room. He would attack. However, it is not the same as a full-fledged prison break, which has obvious motive, agenda, like. Well, so let's say that he escaped his bedroom while in a berserk. He's not going to try to leave. He's going to try to find people, like to fight, which is completely different from a prison break, where if he escaped out of his room, he would escape. And we have a little fire over there that could get ugly, depending on how much it spreads. And it's definitely something we have to look out for. So in heavily wooded areas, Rimworld's weird in that every advantage that the game gives you, there's a way to turn it against you. And so we have a lot of wood. It helps our fuel, helps our early game lights, early game stoves. We didn't use a stove, but a campfire still run off of wood. And now, when you have weather into effect, it could be a lot of lightning fires, which can really easily spread and destroy your entire base. I'm not even going to mention if you have a colonist who's a pyromaniac. That's almost impossible if you're in this kind of environment. And also not to mention animal predators, bears. What do we have here? Yeah, okay, so now it's really showing itself. It has started a fire right in the middle of our crops. It hasn't spread to the crops yet, but it will very shortly, I'm sure. I'm also going to try to stop that fire because that could easily spread down into our dining room, workstation. It's okay. Yeah. It's raining, which is why I took that home selection off. yeah, we're good. Okay. But it had gotten on the crops. That would have been a bad day, obviously. I realize I have the wrong lamp in Smelly's room. That's a little bit of oversight on my part. He needs a regular lamp and not a sun lamp, which will not help him at night because he's obviously not a plant. So, hopefully you'll get that fixed, and then we will continue. And right as one crisis is averted, we have another one right here. So Smelly has gone catatonic, which means basically he had such a mental breakdown that he is essentially in a coma. Way better than a food binge, in my opinion. Way better than a berserk, which could harm other colonists. You could take out way more than one colonist. He really needs some substances, and it's really stressing him out. Hopefully that'll help him, actually. A psychic soothe male, maybe that can help him almost like recover out of his catatonic state. We're having a hard time feeding Badam. Badam is our prisoner that we hope to make a colonist, who's actually a really good candidate. But we just have our hands full right now, and it is a showing. I upgraded the necessity on Warden so that maybe he'll stop slipping through the cracks. More lightning. It is raining at the moment, and so I'm not too worried about it. I would only be worried if it hit right on our crops, and it hasn't. So. So like I said earlier, the weather and environment are always trying to get you, basically. And so let's say that you have a lot of electronics that you fundamentally exist off of electricity, like most civilizations and colonies will do. In the middle of a storm, any of those can catch fire, and we don't even have batteries yet. Because like batteries are where it really gets really bad. You can start some large fires, especially if you have like a battery almost like a shack, which I usually do. They can be pretty explosive and spread very quickly. Well, so just when we were doing okay with Smelly taking a little nap over there because of his breakdown, we have Casper now walking in a daze. As you look over here, it says we need warm clothes. That's how you know that winter is right around the corner. We're already in fall. We're not gonna have enough food. Oh, and Smelly's back up. Welcome back, Smelly. What good timing. Because Casper is out of action as well. We have our cook back at least. Yeah, welcome back, man. Okay, so like I was saying, so we are not going to have enough food. What you would do in a typical situation was if you had a power grid that could really sustain it, we would make an indoor a farm. And well, if we were interested in pursuing that, we would have had to have laid down a lot of more groundwork. Right now I'm making our dining room while I try to think about what exactly I can really accomplish right before the first snowfall, the first appearance of actual winter, because when it shows up, all your crops will die very shortly, and it's rough. I don't need any more quests. I have to worry about how I'm gonna eat. Casper's still in his daze. If there's one thing about this colony I have really noticed, is there are more breakdowns in this colony than I have ever had. I will say it's a harder difficulty, which really makes sense. We have some smoke leaf, so hopefully that'll help out Smelly. But in all reality, I realize, yes, it's the hardest difficulty. I have never played on this difficulty. I'm usually light years way ahead in my colony when we're hitting up our first winter. However, it's just how it goes, and I knew what I was getting into when I hit it, and that's why we are doing a Let's Play on YouTube, is because before the end, we will go through some astronomical challenges, raids, disease, plagues, you name it. We're gonna go through it all, and we're gonna have a massive colony with some really good colonists. And yes, okay, right, and exactly right on cue. Badum. I don't know how to say his actual name. I'm just gonna call him. I don't even know. I guess we just call him Bad. Bad. Just join the colony. A welcome addition. So hopefully, I mean, so yes, this is right before winter. Having a new colonist is not ideal. He was already a prisoner. We already had to feed him. What is ideal is that we now have an extra hand to help, and whatever our solution is, he will help us get there. And one more mouth to feed is not that bad, especially if we were really going to sacrifice anybody. It'd be Casper. It would be Casper. I'd let Bad eat him alive if it meant surviving the winter. So hopefully it doesn't get to that. So like I was saying, now I am. It's not gonna go that way. Yeah, like so now I am attempting to establish a stronger power grid because we're not gonna make it through the winter off of, you know, the random stray animal and raider that happens our way. And so if I want to get a jump on this indoor farm, I really need to finish the battery research. I need to get a way stronger power grid, and I need to start building relatively fast because winter really does not play. And it would be a little scary if in the winter time we were waiting on the arrival of raiders, like, but only because we were hungry. And it wouldn't only be Bad who's eating human flesh, which is a reality that a lot of colonies have to go through. So on top of a higher power grid, an indoor farm, we're gonna hunt as much as possible while we have the opportunity, and so hopefully we can last our first winter and make our first year. This is only episode number 5. We have a long way to go. I just found a whole bunch of healing root that will really help through the winter. Yeah, some dough, alpaca. We have our crafting station up. We've already have made our winter parkas. I was struggling to find the word, but parka is the word. Okay. And yeah, right now we're establishing that. We still have no batteries yet. We're almost there, almost done. And Bad just finished that up. And so what we're really trying to really unlock are those automatic turrets. And later on in the game, oh, that's pretty cool. Farming techniques, base electronics. Well, some cool styles. But like I was explaining, later on in the game, they will send waves and waves and waves of raiders. They'll have um, Molotovs, high advanced firearms, and so we have to start smithing. We have to make our way up to turrets, and then we have the ability to survive. I'm going to make our battery storage right here. What's really important is that you have those pipes, you have those lines. You can have all the batteries in the world, and if it's not hooked up to your power systems, whether that be a fuel generator, a wind power generator, it will not store energy, obviously. Having all your batteries in the rain, very dangerous. You should always cover them. Always. It will start a really bad fire. Crops are, and winter has arrived. We are in winter. Which means all the crops will cease growing. They will slowly begin dying. I have to harvest them as soon as possible. Here's our dining room. Hopefully it will help out our colonists. So here we are. We are trying to harvest as much as we can out of our farm and we have another blight. Our entire rice field. Is it an entire rice field? I can't tell. It's in our rice field, I can tell you that. We have another rice field. We have some strawberries. If there's any that's unblighted or not blighted, it's our entire rice field. We have to harvest this now because if it spreads, we won't have anything. We'll already be at square one. Randy really knows how to. What is this? Oh, okay, he's hunting. Okay. This is when run and gun is really important. We have a grizzly bear, we have an 8-year-old. He has a firearm. He has to be able to run while he shoots. Now, run and gun is a mod. In vanilla Rimworld, you can't run and shoot. This would be the end of Jess right here if this was a vanilla. Run and gun, in my opinion, is absolutely essential. I really couldn't even imagine this game without it. Well, so remember how I said that the environment will be used against you? Here's a warg or like a boar or whatever, I don't remember, and it ought to just die instantly on the, and it made it through. Well, it's after Jess. It's hunting Jess for food. Hopefully you can line this up. This might get hairy. Okay, that was a close call. So like I was saying, randomly predators will take to a scent and they will hunt you down and try to eat you. I don't know how he made it through all those traps, but that goes along with what I was saying earlier. You can't rely on traps like alone. You're gonna need turrets. You're gonna need people with gunmen. You will need to have combat. So here we are. What is this? Wow. Okay, Casper, who won't even defend his own life, is now throwing a tantrum. He's going into his room. Actually, I'm not going to talk crap. Out of all the tantrums that we've had, he can beat up his own room. He's not destroying our food. He's not attacking anyone else. He's smashing up his own things. Our generators are still going fine. What? Let me check the wiring. Yeah, okay. He destroyed his own wiring, and he's gonna he's gonna be the one to repair it. We should all throw tantrums like Casper. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I hope that you have liked all this content. If you have, then remember to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I'll make sure to get back to you, and I hope to see you on the next episode to see what happens with the rest of this colony. Hopefully, it's not a long winter.